Hey everybody, I thought I would put together a quick review video for our informative speech coming up. I know we've been talking about this in class, and I know we've had a time to review it together a few times, but I thought a quick video would help some students keep their eye on the focus while they are preparing for their speeches. So, the first thing to know, I suppose, is that we're making an informative speech about careers. I'm sure you all know that by now. Mostly what I wanted to highlight is that I like to put things in large sections so you know what information is going to be available in what part of the assignment just by going down. I like to put things in bold when they're extra important. I sometimes italicize things in bold when I really want to use some emphasis. And then if it's really important, we will sometimes see things italicized in bold and highlighted. These are the things that are commonly missed that are pretty important as in terms of points wise. So let's just go down this really quick. I know you know there are a number of links available to you to help with your research. I would suggest if you use any of these links, go ahead and use them as sources in your speech. It's just fine. It's one of the things that I put together for you so that you have sort of a leg up on finding your research. You can use anything from Indeed, anything from the website Glassdoor, LinkedIn, Southwestern College website, whole bunch of things are just fine to be used as sources. So it's due on Monday, but I made it available for a few days after that for the people that are presenting on Wednesday. I mostly made the due date Monday so that if people just use their calendar, their Canvas calendar, it'll show up as due at that point. And your particular class may differ on which actual day it's showing. Don't worry about that. You should probably know which day you're assigned by now. So, big things. You choose a career field to explore. We probably know that by now. Be clear in your approach. We talked about being concise. We talked about making information clear to people and giving them a good amount of information without being overwhelmed, which is usually what students wind up doing. We're looking to see if we can tell students what a particular career pathway might look like and how to start preparing for it. So it's always good in the beginning to tell your audience why it would be a good idea to listen to their speech, something along the lines of, and if this isn't your major, you might find important information about finding a counselor who can help you plan your career track. Things like that, right? This whole section that says a few things you might like to consider are suggestions. Throwing them out there, how do students start planning, what resources are available. So long as you follow these general guidelines or even just take a couple of these, then you're going to be in a good position. I would heavily suggest checking out these different career videos and these websites to see what is there for your chosen career track. Have all of these links. You can look at them yourself. As you're preparing, please make sure to time yourself. We're shooting for 3 to 4 minutes. So anything a little under 3 minutes or a little over 4 minutes is just fine. So that's a pretty big window considering it's just a 3.5 minute speech. I would suggest spending most of your time, like as you rehearse with your note cards, in your introduction and in your conclusion, especially your conclusion. We talked about how much a conclusion matters to a person and in their absorption of your information, but it also, helps you keep your eye on where the ship is going on the horizon, so to speak. Please don't print out your whole speech as a script, and please, as I'm sure you've heard, don't use your phone or just some piece of paper to present from. Like, you can do it a ton of different ways, but please just don't use your phone or a last minute sheet of paper. Having a logical transition between each component of the speech is always good. And next I'll be talking about, and this career track is good because right? We talked about using repetition. It makes it easy for people to listen. It makes it easy for people to remember. And while you're practicing, it may feel a little weird, but trust me, it makes it really easy on your audience. We will be citing at least 2 sources. Cite as many as you want, but I'll be looking for 2 sources. And then on your outline, we'll be looking for 3 APA referenced sources. And this awesome website right here can lead you through the simple steps of putting any website, any book, any magazine into an APA format. Please do not just use something like this. This is a URL. This is not an APA citation. You'll get, I guess, 1 or 2 points for it, but you won't get much, and it will bring down your score. There's a lot of these sites out there. So this particular one can get a little slow because it tries to sell you something, but it works really well, and it's really reliable. So the speech is worth 50 points. Your outline, which is on a separate page, is worth 50 points. This whole thing's about 10% of your total score in the class. And just a really quick look at the outline. There's nothing to turn in here. You print it and bring it the day of your class. This is a Word file, so I would suggest just printing it out. You can delete a lot of these things that say, like, state the attention getter, right? I mean, you could just leave, like, the intro. You could leave the body. Delete all this, leave some of it, and just use the main point and the outline format if you want. That's totally fine with me. Please don't forget the last parts of your speech, as in restating and previewing are pretty much the same right here, right? You could probably actually just copy and paste it and I will be happy. Your intro, probably copy and paste it and put it right in your conclusion. And as promised, here is a sample from a student. This one's a PDF, so you can't just use it and download it and erase unless you have fancy PDF, but most people don't. And please note, these are what APA citations look like, right? Notice that it is not just a URL. So that's about the whole assignment. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to your career exploration speech.